guys, Pix here from 1036. Today I wanted to talk about monsters and their loot, and in comparison to the stamina that you're using. And this has been a requested video in the sense that people were asking what monster should I be hunting, and I also tell people that I've gotten very selective about what monsters I'm hunting or joining. So I wanted to share this one spreadsheet that I've come across a long time ago, but I also found where you guys can find it yourself. I think I found it somewhere else, but in a previous video I did share the C5 library and as to how valuable it is. And you can find the spreadsheet that I'm talking about. So this is the one, authors unknown. So thank you very much whoever put this together. In the library under monster stamina and monster marches, and then you just scroll down until you find this one right here. You click on the link, then it'll open up in your Google Docs. Once you have it open in your Google Docs, I would highly recommend, so that you can actually manipulate it, I would highly recommend going on to File and then Make a Copy. When you click on that, you can either make a copy like this, or you can erase this and just call it what this one is. And now it is, so to speak, yours. Every time you open a Google Doc from somebody else, this is what you should do. You should always make a copy of it, so that you don't manipulate the original one if they have it open for everybody to edit. That way it can't get messed up by everybody. Alright, so I already have a copy. This is, of course, my copy here. Now let's go over the spreadsheet. This is a really nice spreadsheet that somebody put together. And it doesn't have all the bosses, I realized. It doesn't have the Vikings on there. And this would be helpful for the gold to stamina ratio. But they should be all the way up here once we get to this. I'm going to start out with how this is all laid out. So you have the monster, you have the level of the monster, and then this first part right here up until column J is actually, well, column I guess, is where you have the particular item that is being dropped and the ratio to 100 of stamina. So resources for the main keep to a ratio of 100 of stamina. This is for the alt. This is for common speed ups, for other speed ups. This is for gold, for tactic scrolls, refined stones. This is all in ratio to 100 of stamina. And then the second part over here is similar, but this is per one monster. So let's click here. For resources for one monster, you get these type of resources right here. For your alt, it's different over here. I'm not quite sure what the algorithm is that they're using for the alt versus the main. And then speed ups, common speed ups, other speed ups total, gold, tactic scrolls, refined stones, and rune stones. So rune stones is not something we have over here in the per 100 stamina, but you can sort it and see which monsters will give you the rune stones. Alright, so this is just a little overview. Now, if you want to look what monsters will give you the best resource for your stamina, you have, and so you click on the little carrot right here and you click on the sword Z through A, then it'll sort it for you. B21s and 20s give you the highest, and then the Ymers 6, 3, and 5. Pumpkins, they're currently not active. That is usually a Halloween monster. and then B19s, Ymers 4. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 for Ymir are definitely up here for resources. As we all know, Ymers are the best resource monsters. Warlord and Witches are both the same monster for the event monsters, and that does not equal to the golems and lava turtles. Currently we have the lava turtles active, and they are definitely not as good. They will show up way down here. So turtle 6 right now, the highest turtle, is only 11 million for resources. And if you look, they highlighted the Carcinus, so it is an updated spreadsheet. They highlight the Carcinus because it is a temporary monster and a new monster, and the level 1, which is really easy to kill. It's only 24 million, 24.3 million or something, and you get a decent amount of resources out of that for the amount of stamina that you're using. So this is actually quite lucrative for everybody on the map, because everybody should be able to kill those, and they're pretty abundant. So this monster is kind of nice, especially now because we only have the turtle. We don't have the warlord or the witch. Looking at the regular bosses that are still higher than the Carcinus, B17 and up are the ones. B16 is a little less. B15 is also less. So you can compare those to the monsters that are currently active, like the Hydra is currently active, Hydra 5, Hydra 3 is right here. So as you see, Hydra 5 is less lucrative than Hydra 3. And the reason being is because Hydra 5 are actually the most expensive to hunt. Let's go real quick over here. Hydra 5 are the most expensive ones. They are 60 stamina per one monster. It's kind of a lot. But with, I don't think you actually see that on here. Hydra, what Hydra gives you is Monarch experience in packages. So not just by killing it, but also you get the packages so that you can open that later. And that's what the Hydra is kind of hopefully known for. But yes, Hydra does bring in other items for you as well. Brings in refined stones, yes, 22. So has other things. Always keep in mind that you do hunt monsters not just for resources, most likely, unless you are a farmer. And I really hope farmers will get taken by Evony, because they really just steal our monsters. All right, rant over. I know that was just a 5-second rant, but I am not a fan of farmers. Yeah, so you hunt monsters not just for the resources, but also for the speed ups. You will need speed ups. You do it for the tactic scrolls. You do it for the refined stones, or even rune stones, right? Now let's go back to our resource to stamina. Yeah, if you're really looking and getting the resources just sorted by descending order for the resource to stamina, and then join the monsters in the higher categories right here. If you are looking for speed ups, let's go to the common speed ups for now. The Aglopi are a number 1 spot for the stamina that they're using, and the suitors or suitors, gladiators, and Carcinus level 2. So for resource, Carcinus 2 was kind of low on the board, but then for stamina it is actually kind of high, as you can see. So this is for common stamina. Then you have the Serb 4, 3, and of course the Pans. But the Servers 3 and 4 are now available 24/7. We do not need to wait for the event to come around. Then looking at the speed ups that are out there that are a little more specialized, these are obviously in the Pans, not so much in the Cerberus, but they also are. But they rank a little differently. So yeah, you can just select it yourself, whichever, whatever you're looking for, and just rearrange your target, and then select the monsters that you want to hunt. People are in desperate need of gold. Goblins, of course, the Goblins 7, the gold ones, are of course the best ones for just gold, because you get a nice amount of gold for a very low cost of stamina. It's only 20. Then the knights are on here, but like I said, the Vikings are not, and Vikings are for gold as well as research stones. Research stones are not on here anymore. This is an updated spreadsheet. When I got this first, it was a little different. Had some research stones and other drops like the Monarch experience and everything on here as well. And it got cut down a little bit to kind of streamline it a little better for the most common resources or items that we're looking for, I believe. So Vikings are not on here that are for your, let's say, main academy, because you get the gold as well as the research stones. But they would be pretty much high up here as well, because they only cost 10 in stamina unless you're the one summoning them. Because always keep in mind, when you summon a Viking, it does cost you stamina as well. And then you get, I don't even know what the calculation for, or what the amount of gold is that you get from that, but it's a really nice amount. So if you're in need of gold, goblins and Vikings are probably ones to go to, and then the knights 3 and 4. These are always available now, 24/7, just like the Cerberus. So yeah, always something for you to be had. For tactic scrolls, everybody wants tactic scrolls. Pan and Ymers are on the top right here, but then Aglopi, which that is a special event, is pretty high up here too. But as you've seen with the other categories right here, it is also available. It also has other drops that you're looking for. Same with the Pan and Ymers, right? So you select the monster according to what items you're looking for, which are multiple and generally not just one. Then refined stones, if you're in need of refined stones. Pans, searchers, gladiator, carcinus. So I would absolutely make use of the carcinus 1 and 2 right now. They're really good for what they give and how easy they are to kill. And also, side note, while the event is active, the carcinus have these shells that will give you extra items in the game. So I would highly recommend using all your crab claws to summon the carcinus level 2 and make use of the shells that you get from that as well. Just to show you quick in game, the claws that I'm talking about. I also have so many things, I always have to kind of remember where I find these. So for me, it's behind the Garuda feathers. The claws, I almost used all of mine, but I have one left, so these will summon the level 2. And make sure you use them, because once you do, you will get the shells that you will be able to use in the New Moon Voyage right here. So these are the shells that I'm talking about. Yeah, you just hit use and you get the necklaces for you to be able to use in the New Moon shop. And you get items right here. So you can get more Blood of Ares, you can get more resources. Everybody should get the Laurel Wreath right here. And like the top items are usually the better items, so definitely get the top ones, and then the lower ones, just go get the extra ones, right? Alright, that was just a side note for this event. This video will be around further down the road, and I know the event will not be available. but we'll see if the Carcinus is going to be around for longer or just for the event, and can then go from there. But highly recommend getting this spreadsheet for yourself, figuring out what monsters you should add to your auto join when you're not around, or even when you're playing physically, that you join the monsters that will give you what you want, what you're looking for, because everybody is in need of stamina. We all know that Evony is just hunking down on the stamina, but of course saying, oh yeah, we'll give you more stamina, but you have to pay more. Typical Evony. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys with deciding what monsters to hunt. And yes, get this spreadsheet on the C5 in the C5 library. I'm going to put a link in the video description for the C5 library. Make sure you add yourself to that server. It is the Evony World Chat for all of the servers. I have mentioned that before. Really, if you haven't done so, make sure you become part of that. And then find the spreadsheet in the library, make it your own, and happy hunting. Share this with your alliance. It'll be helpful for everybody because of the lack of stamina that we all have. Make sure you're using stamina reducing generals, and like if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next round.